Letters? Ah. Nah. To the one drowning in their own head. Ah, look at this one. So fragile, so full of noise, anger, fear, sadness, all swirling around in that little head like a storm with nowhere to go. They've got you by the throat, don't they? Choking you, weakening you. Sit still. Let me show you what they never taught you. How to turn all that chaos into something they'll fear. Dear stranger, it begins. You think holding on to those feelings makes you strong. You think if you grip them tight enough, you win. But they're not making you strong. They're eating you alive from the inside, and you're letting them. Isn't that pathetic? You sit there shaking, screaming inside your own head, while the world keeps moving without you. But there's something underneath all that chaos, underneath all that pain, real strength, if you can learn to control it instead of being ruled by it. Emotions are like a bomb. Hold them too close and you detonate. Let them run wild and they burn everything around you to the ground. You think you're angry at the world. You think you're sad because everything fell apart. But the world doesn't care. People don't care. That sadness, that rage, it's just a leash, and you've been letting it drag you wherever it wants. You've been the puppet, not the one pulling the strings. Too busy crying, too busy shouting, too blind to see the chain around your own neck. So here's the lesson. You take that misery, that anger, and you make it work for you instead of against you. You've been holding on to pain, hoping it would eventually hand you power. It won't. Pain doesn't change anything. Control does. Real power comes from taking those wild, thrashing emotions and putting a leash on them yourself before they put one on you. Emotions don't think. They don't plan. They just react. And the longer you let them drag you around, the tighter that chain gets. Until one day it snaps, and you're left in pieces wondering where it all went wrong. That's exactly where it went wrong. The moment you let your emotions own you, instead of the other way around. But it doesn't have to stay that way. You can take all that anger, all that sadness, and reshape it into something useful. Picture this. You're still angry, but now you're in control. Not some mindless wreck swinging wildly at nothing. Calculated. You know exactly when to let the anger burn, and when to put it out. And when it's finally time to strike, you strike with precision. No wasted motion, no pointless outbursts, just cold, focused intensity. That's real power, not the mess you've got running the show right now. This isn't easy. It takes real work. You have to stop thinking like a victim. Stop thinking like someone who's constantly getting pushed around by their own feelings. You have to start thinking like a hunter. Someone who understands that emotions are tools, weapons to be used on your terms, not whenever they feel like showing up uninvited. Picture the next time you're about to lose it. The next time sadness crashes in like a wave. Don't flinch. Don't break. Take control of it. Turn that sadness into cold, calm resolve. Take that rage and sharpen it into focus. Then when you're ready, you let it out. But only when it's useful. Only when it actually gets you somewhere. Here's the part that's almost funny. Once you learn to control your emotions, you'll realize how much of a joke they really were. All that crying, all that screaming, it's just noise. Noise designed to distract you from what actually matters. Control. The world doesn't care how you feel. It never has. People don't respect your tears or your anger. But they respect power. They fear control. And the moment you can look someone dead in the eye and stay calm while they're falling apart, you've already won. Because you have something they'll never have. Discipline. They'll flail. They'll scream. They'll cry like children. You'll be calm, collected, dangerous. And once you master that, you become unstoppable. The one pulling the strings instead of the one dancing to whatever your emotions decide to play. You'll learn to laugh at pain, smile at anger, and turn sadness into fuel. People will look at you and wonder how you became so cold, so calculated, how you stopped being weak. And you'll just smile, because they'll never understand. They're too busy feeling. You're too busy winning. That's the real joke. They'll never know the freedom that comes with control. But don't think for a second this is going to be painless. Controlling your emotions is going to hurt. It's going to break you in ways you've never been broken before. You're going to have to kill off the parts of yourself that still cling to the idea that life is supposed to be fair, that people are supposed to care. You're going to have to cut out the softness, the sentimentality, every weak spot you've been carrying. And yes, it's going to hurt. But once it's gone, you'll be stronger than you've ever been. Finally free from the chains your own feelings built around you. That freedom is worth every bit of the pain it costs. You have a choice. You can keep letting your emotions run you into the ground. Keep letting them beat you down and keep you small. Or you can take them on, own them, and turn them into your sharpest weapon. You can be the one in charge. But nobody's coming to do this for you. Nobody's going to save you from the mess inside your own head. It's on you to rise, to take control, to become something more than another broken person drowning in their own noise. And don't think mastering this makes the pain disappear. It doesn't. It stays. It's always there, somewhere in the back of your mind. But instead of letting it tear you apart, you learn to live alongside it. You carry it like a weapon, a blade tucked away, waiting for the right moment. The world is built on pain. It thrives on it. The people who actually win are the ones who learn to move with the pain instead of running from it. While everyone else is trying to avoid the fire, you'll walk straight into it, because that's exactly what makes you different. That's what makes you dangerous. You embrace the suffering, and the second you do, it stops controlling you. And that's what terrifies people the most. Not your rage, but your calm. Society wants you ruled by your emotions because it makes you predictable, easy to read, easy to manipulate. But the moment you decide what you feel, and when you feel it, they can't touch you anymore. They'll watch you stand there unbothered while they fall apart around you, and they won't understand how. You'll be the storm that refuses to be shaken, and they'll fear that. Not because of how loud you can get, but because of how quiet you've become. So here's your choice. You can let your emotions keep dragging you toward ruin, or you can take the reins and use them for something that actually serves you. It's not about erasing the chaos inside. It's about mastering it. If you want to rise above where you are right now, own your pain. Wear it like armor. Laugh in the face of whatever comes next. Because the world gets a lot more interesting when you're the one holding the last laugh. So ask yourself, are you going to keep drowning in that sea of feeling? Or are you going to stand up, take a breath, and learn to control it? Because once you do, this world stops happening to you and starts happening for you. And remember, control doesn't mean silence. It doesn't mean pretending the emotions aren't there. It means channeling them, using them like fuel for the fire already burning inside you. It means smiling when you're supposed to be screaming, standing tall while everything around you collapses. Master that. Wield your anger, your sadness, your fear like weapons instead of wounds, and you become genuinely dangerous. Once you're dangerous, once you can move through chaos without losing yourself inside it, the world doesn't just respect you. And once you've turned every ounce of pain and rage into strength, remember one final thing. You're not doing this for them. Not for the people who doubted you, not for the ones who hurt you, not for anyone's approval. You're doing this for yourself. Because in the end, when the noise fades and everything else falls away, the only thing that matters is who's still standing. So take all that pain, all that fear, all that anger, and don't let it rot you from the inside. Shape it, mold it. Let it build you into something the world can't afford to ignore. Nobody's coming to save you. It's already on you. So make your choice. Stay the victim, or become the one holding the strings. Understand this. Once you cross that line, there's no walking it back. Control your emotions, or they will control you. And the moment you finally understand the difference, you'll be free. That's when the real game begins. Yours in the dark, Joker.